Here it is. It's the famous Cheesecake Factory, the infamous Cheesecake Factory. I know all you guys in America love this place, man. Yeah, we got Cheesecake Factory here in China, man. Yeah. It's the place. Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. Whatever you like, get whatever you like. It's no problem. Get whatever you like, ladies, whatever. It's cool with me. Sway bien, sway bien. Bang! Look at that. Whoa, we got this expert service here. Oh, look at that.
可以，谢谢。
Wow. They taking photos of the food, y'all. That means it's good, right? Whoa. What do you think? What do you think about the size?
I think it's too big. 是
Whoa.
尝一下就可以了，我也感觉。
Whoa. I like that slicing, yeah. Whoa.
Wow. It looks so sweet for me.
Yeah, see? Okay, guys, so what you saw might look like a $5,000 lifestyle back home in America. But I gotta let you know, man, the price to live this kind of lifestyle overseas is significantly less. It's probably way less than the price you pay just to exist in your home country. So a lot of guys think, I need $50,000 saved up, $5,000 a month remote income job, the perfect six-figure business just for me to have a decent life overseas. You guys got to realize that you're bringing your American financial trauma overseas with that kind of mindset. Okay, so when guys ask me, Danny, what are the cheapest countries to live in? Hold on, I got a list for you, man. Let me list them off for you. So we got Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Albania, Georgia, and Turkey. Now, this isn't some kind of travel blogger, cheap countries list ranking. The point isn't to memorize cheap countries. The point is to understand that America is not the global price tag. So I just threw a massive list of countries at you right there. Now, I grouped them in terms of the function they can give to your life. So, for example, Southeast Asia, it gives you strong daily life value, food, rent, convenience, warm weather, beach access, and easy movement between countries. Latin America gives you lower cost, easier time zones. Like, you know, if you're in the time zone of America, if you're working some kind of remote job where you need to be on the clock for American hours, Latin America is typically a lot more convenient than Asia. And it also has some cultural familiarity for Americans because so many Americans travel over to those countries like Colombia, Brazil, that they kind of have a familiarity that over here in Asia, they might lack. And then I listed off Albania, Georgia, and Turkey because they offer like a cheaper bridge into like the Europe style lifestyle that maybe some guys like. You get the Europe lifestyle without the Western Europe prices. Like I said, this isn't a cheap country list. This is a masterclass on how you can use your income and get way more value while staying the same man that you are. You're just getting way more value outside of your home country. And I really want you to drill this into your mind that you're not broke because it's expensive everywhere. You're broke because you're using American math in a world that doesn't all charge American prices. Like, not all these countries charge the same thing that we got to pay in America. So a lot of people think that you need to have massive wealth just to move overseas. But in reality, the fact is they've been programmed to think that the price that they pay in their American city is what the rest of the world is going to charge them for comparable quality. Like, first you got to pay rent, then gas, insurance, groceries, whatever monthly subscriptions you got, credit card payments, and then one random emergency just completely destroys everything you've been building. Like, a lot of you guys hear the word apartment and you automatically think of like $1,800, $2,000, $3,000 monthly rent just to live in a box. Because America has trained us to think that shelter equals financial punishment. Like, you're gonna have to feel punishment if you don't want to be homeless. And let's bring up something like car expenses, right? Like, I haven't owned a car in over 12 years since I left in America because over here in Asia, transportation is so easy. But in America, you know, you're paying insurance costs, your car breaks down, you know, you get that red engine light, you got to go pay hundreds of dollars to the mechanic. Something's wrong with your tires. Oh man, we gotta get some new tires, man. You're running flat. More hundreds of dollars spent. It's like you thought you bought like a transportation vehicle, but in reality, you bought something that requires constant financial maintenance and is draining your bank account. And let's not even talk about the food and dating pressure we got in America, right? Like, you know, $100 dates, spending hundreds on groceries every month, delivery fees, you gotta tip them sometime, it's kind of expected, right? Just living a normal adult life in America, it's like you gotta buy some kind of premium product, right? Like just to have the normal things that a human would want, you gotta pay a premium price. So this is why countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, Ecuador, Colombia, Thailand, the prices feel shocking to Americans because you're not just changing the country, you're changing the financial baseline required to live an actual adult human life with normal comforts. And America doesn't just make life expensive, it teaches you to think that it's normal for things to be really expensive. By the way, if you're sitting in America looking at your bills, thinking that you need to have some kind of massive amount of money to move overseas, you might be looking at things the wrong way. So I offer a free 15-minute Get Overseas strategy call. I put in the link, the pinned comment in the description of this video. Click the link, book a time. You can get on the call and map out, you know, how much is your overseas plan likely going to cost? How are you going to fund that lifestyle? And what kind of lifestyle you want to live overseas? Because, you know, there's a lot of different options for how you want to live life. So click the link, schedule your call, and let's talk about it, man. So we got this amazing book called The Psychology of Money. And one of the main lessons in the book is that wealth is not necessarily what you see. It's about what you keep, what you control, and how it affects your lifestyle. Because what's the point of having a lot of money if it doesn't really convert into freedom or a higher quality life? So we really got to attack this false prestige that America has with the six-figure, like $100,000 a year salary. You might still be financially weak if your rent, your car, your insurance, your grocery bills, all those things hack into the number, and you're not really getting full value out of that 100K salary that you're pulling in. Because it's all being taken away by bills and life expenses. Like the paycheck might look impressive to some people, the job title you got, the apartment, but you know your bank account might be feeling a little shaky, man. It's not really luxury or wealth that you're having with that salary. It's kind of expensive survival. And typically, as you start to make more money, your lifestyle expenses start to inflate. So you might feel like, hey, I'm making more money. I need to get better apartment, better car, upgrade the wardrobe with some designer. So you think that you're rising because your income is rising, but actually your obligations are also rising. So it kind of levels out to the point where you're not getting that much benefit from a higher number. You're kind of stuck in the same financial survival mode. So in America, you might have visible status, but compare that to a guy overseas who might not make as much money as a guy who's living in a big city in America pulling in multiple six-figure paychecks. But the guy overseas might have way more freedom in terms of his time, in terms of how he wants to spend his money, and just his general well-being, because maybe he lives a much more peaceful life. So the goal isn't to impress people with how much you earn. The goal is to build a life where your income isn't immediately eaten by the environment that you're in. So a high salary is not wealth if most of it disappears before it becomes your freedom. So going back to the list of countries that I mentioned, it's not that those countries are perfect, it's that those countries each give you a different version of what your life could be like if you're living a lot more inexpensively. So for example, Southeast Asia has daily convenience, cheaper local food, warm weather, you got access to the beach, a nice social energy because people are always outside hanging out. You basically get a lifestyle that can feel premium without American level spending. And for Latin America, this is great for people who want similar time zones to America, cheaper flight prices, Spanish learning opportunities, and a cultural distance from America that isn't too gigantic. And you got the European countries for the guys who are into that. So all these countries have different lifestyle, different visa realities, and just a different fit depending on what you're looking for. And just to be clear, cheap does not necessarily mean good. A place might be low cost of living, but it doesn't fit your desired lifestyle, your dating situation, your personality. It doesn't fit the way you want to make money, or the visa just might not be practical for you long term. So don't just ask where's the cheapest country. Ask yourself, where can I go where I can get a multiple effect of my income without me needing to spend a lot more time working to make more money? So let's list out some things that are way more affordable in other countries. So for example, rent. Rent in the right city, you can get like a nice apartment at a fraction of the price you're paying in America. You can get someplace nice in the city center or by the beach. Something that might cost you multiple thousands of dollars in your home country can be significantly lower in a foreign country and still be high quality. Food, okay, first of all, food in these foreign countries, like local food, can be extremely affordable. It's fresh, you know, they catch the fish right out of the water and give it to you right there, man. You're getting fresh stuff, not with all this toxins and stuff that we put into it, these preservatives that Americans are eating every day. Basically, you can eat well without feeling like you're making a gigantic financial decision every time you want to go outside and eat. Daily life stuff is extremely affordable overseas, like gym, your phone bill, laundry, coffee, going on dates, basic entertainment stuff. It's all extremely affordable overseas. Like small pleasures in life, they don't have to feel like a financial crime. And the lifestyle can be extremely different. So in America, a calm Tuesday can be financial chaos to your wallet. Meanwhile, a calm Tuesday overseas, you're going out, having fun, going to a restaurant, hanging out with your friends, maybe going on a date, going partying, and it's not destroying your bank account. So cheap living is not the same as small living. In the right country, a smaller bill can lead to a way bigger life. And that's how things flip when you get overseas, because when monthly life costs less, the same income can bring you a way higher quality life. And you don't need to become rich immediately. You just need your baseline cost to stop destroying you. And when you got that surplus, that means you can have money for paying off debt. You can have savings, travel, better food, gym, language classes, business experiments. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have money and free time to do that overseas. It gives the man options, man. It gives you options instead of just survival. And it also ties into your mental bandwidth, because when you're not stressed out about finances, you finally have time to think, plan, try to build something, strategize for your future, maybe learn some new things. And you also have a surplus of time freedom, because lower cost doesn't necessarily just mean you save money. You also save time. And with that free time, you can do all type of stuff, man. You can travel, date, party, build businesses. I've done all these things while living overseas. And I can tell you, I could not have done this in America, because in America, I was really cramped for time. But overseas, my time is in abundance. So in America, it's kind of like a six-figure trap. Like your extra income might disappear into different obligations that society puts on you. But overseas, even a small surplus can live to a much more abundant life. So some of you might be thinking, okay, Danny, I get the math, but how do I make this income overseas, man? Like my job doesn't allow me to live in a foreign country the way that you do. What am I supposed to do to get this kind of surplus life at a lower cost of living? Like, how do I make this financial baseline that you're talking about, Danny? So let me tell you about English teaching, man. English teaching is what I've been doing for the past 12 years. You can do it in the classroom and you can do it online. As an English teacher, you can make enough money to live an extremely comfortable life without needing to work a ton of hours. You can cover transport, food, rent, gym, travel, and your basic life expenses while you live in a lower cost country. And English teaching becomes extremely powerful when you pair it with something like Geographic Arbitrage, which is what we've been talking about this entire video. When you pair it with that, you get way more value out of being a teacher, because you get to live a high quality life at a significantly lower cost when you're living overseas. And I really want to emphasize to you guys that English teaching is what I consider to be a stepping stone. You use it to get overseas making consistent income. You can do it for as long or as short as you prefer. For me, I found very comfortable teaching jobs, so I've been doing it for over a decade. And many guys I know who started off as English teachers, they eventually branch off into some kind of other ventures that they might start. So I know guys who started businesses, guys who own so many different online companies. English teaching is an amazing bridge to life overseas. It's a stepping stone that helps you get into a foreign country, living the lifestyle you want at extremely low cost, and it gives you the mental bandwidth and the financial time freedom and just money freedom to build up other things. So yeah, this English teaching income stream, it doesn't need to make you rich. It just needs to get you out of that expensive cage that you're stuck in America. All right, guys, so just to tie it up, this video isn't about what country is the cheapest. It's about what country gets you the maximum value for the kind of lifestyle you want to live at an extremely affordable price. Like, which country gives you the best mix of lifestyle, dating, visa options, and ability to make money that fits you and your personality. So I want you to get that out of your head. Like, you do not need $50,000 saved up. You do not need $5,000 a month in remote income. You do not need to wait for perfect wealth. You just need a practical plan and a practical bridge that can get you overseas. So stop trying to get rich in a system designed to keep you on a treadmill. Move to a place where your money has room to breathe and you can live a better lifestyle. By the way, if you like more of this overseas strategy sent to your inbox every week, I offer a 3-minute madness newsletter. You can click the link in the pinned comment description, sign up for it. Every week I send short, easily readable lessons about how you can escape the matrix, live a better life overseas, and build up other income streams. And it helps you start thinking like the man who's preparing to leave America and who's not just trying to survive America. So life isn't expensive everywhere, man. It's just expensive where you are. Learn the overseas numbers, build the bridge, and I'll see you in the next video.